Mike, thanks so much for coming in and talking with us today.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
So I wanted to get started and get a gauge of when did you start working with Yummy Marketing?
Okay. We're in 2022. I would say it's been about 8 years. Whenever I got out of college was '07, and we were just kind of bouncing around and doing this and that, whatever my father's strategy was up until then. And then Anthony eventually got into this industry when he graduated college. And so since then, we've been using him and have the best decision I've made in a long time.
Awesome. And
I'd say 8 years ballpark.
About 8 years. Cool. So what services has Yummy Marketing done for your company, the Diamond family, over those past 8 years?
Well, to backtrack, before we used Yummy, we were just using print and radio and TV and all that. And then our advice from you guys was to halt that and switch to a digital marketing approach, which means we cut out a lot of other stuff and shift those budgets over to you guys, which started out with SEO. Pay-per-click have always been around. In the past couple of years, Google My Business has been a big issue for retail establishments. So now you guys do that. You guys do all of my social and all of the graphic design. So any ads I'm running from my social media platform are designed by you guys and managed by you guys. Also advice. I mean, I think a lot of it is that the one great thing about Yummy is the team is so amazing, and it's not like, hey, you've gone over your hours this month or anything. Like if I need advice on what to do, or I need, some other advertiser wants to pitch me on something, you guys can help me make those decisions. So it's just an overall great like consulting / get stuff done relationship.
Awesome. Great. Good. Love to hear it. So since you started with Yummy Marketing, and where you're at now, what would you say would be generally about your percentage of revenue growth since starting working with us?
In a nutshell, massive, insane, almost unbearable growth, which is a wonderful problem to have. Wish I could have hired more people before I knew this was going to happen. But what a gift to be able to say that. Since we have started with Yummy, my business has literally 10 times itself. And for our industry, that doesn't occur. So now it's quite a blessing to show up to a trade show and, vendors and other jewelers are like, how are you doing this? How are you doing this? I don't know what you guys are doing, but there's some type of secret sauce that goes on. I feel like you guys cater very well to the jewelry industry. I know you guys handle a lot of industries, but mine in particular is one that, like, I don't want you to use another jewelry store in my market. I want, to go everywhere else, but not in St. Louis, because I'm that confident of how well it works. And I want to protect that growth for my business and my team. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a general number, 10 times, and this is only I think the majority of that came in the past 5 years, because we weren't really using all of the services at first, and we had to shift and migrate out of those relationships that had contracts. And once they were done, then we started reallocating the budget to your suggestions, and then it just took off. We'll touch on specific campaigns that I'm so proud of too. But in general, soon as we switched, it was like a light switch, and now it's just dials turn. You want to make more, spend more here. So we can directly control that.
That's an interesting point. So you find that it's more of a hands-off experience now, as well, now that you've been working with us longer, or do you feel that you are able to kind of focus on your business more at this point?
I can definitely focus on my business more. I'm about as hands-on as they get. Like I'm a little, probably something I should be working on is to release more delegation and, allow people to help me more. But yeah, basically we have our monthly meeting, discuss what's going on in the months and the quarters to come. You send over the designs, we approve them, adjust them, and hit the start button with the rest of the team that does my social. But what is really cool is that now we have realized what events work. So when it comes time to do next year's event, we're done. All you do is change the dates, adjust the budget, and obviously we don't want to have that ad fatigue where you're doing the same exact ad. So you do a great job of putting a little twist on it or changing the colors or whatever you do. And then I just save those into a file. And that way, when it comes time for next year, we just go over that file.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So you're obviously in the jewelry industry, and it's kind of a different experience marketing in the jewelry industry. Can you tell me a little bit about the challenges of your particular industry and how Yummy has kind of helped you combat those and promote your business?
Absolutely. So my industry is saturated, if I had to put a word on it. Like every major market might have 50 jewelry stores. We're in St. Louis, which is one of the bigger cities in America, not the biggest by any means, but there's a few million people here. So you're getting bombarded by messages from a lot of different national chains. It's kind of sad to admit, but there's some like really crappy marketing tactics that they use to let you think that they're the cheapest ones in town. They just brand it into your head. And then as soon as you come to our store, you realize we are substantially less expensive and if not extremely competitive, but we also are family operated and we give a totally different level of service. But to answer your question very specifically, we're big with events. And with the agency that we used before you guys, we did not have success with events. Luckily, we have our own mailing list, we have our own network and pipeline of people. So people would show up, but no new customers would show up. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I can just send out an e-blast to my customers. We can just work the phones and call people and tell them about this event. And I will never forget the first time we ran the Bands and Bubbly campaign. We got 46 leads and we did $118,000 from those leads. And it was at a fraction of the cost of what we were spending elsewhere. And now we just, again, just continue to adjust the dials accordingly. Your guys' research team tells me what's going on with other campaigns in the industry. And, if I want to stay front of mind, here's the suggested budgets, and then I can analyze that and take it or leave it. But events. I'm a retail jewelry store. We like our store full of people having a great time. We have the perfect like setup for it. So when you show up, it's not some cheesy sales pitch. It's comforting. We call it the home that sells jewelry. There's a lounge, a bar, massage chairs, fireplace, TVs. You can grab the remote and hang out. So when we get the door to open, we can take care of it from there. Your guys' job is just to get the door to open. And the rest of my team handles it once somebody's in the store. But there's also, I'm really excited to keep this going because you guys can do so much more than we are doing. I'm just not set up to handle it yet. So I can't wait to have some extra staff that can handle the continued strategies that we're going to start implementing with you guys really soon. But yeah, we're pretty much event driven. It's all about that. And then the other great thing about us, especially with you handling Google My Business, is that we're the best reviewed store in our town. I checked yesterday. We had 897 5-star reviews. I think I saw one come in this morning. So we are just about at 900 5-star reviews. We are literally a 5-star business. And I don't know many of them that are out there. There's 4.8, there's 4.9, but there's not a lot of actual 5 stars. So it's a holistic approach. When you're putting ads out there and you're, Google obviously wants to rank the business that's going to do the best job for that consumer so that they go back to Google for their next transactions. So it's been, it's just been amazing watching it grow and, the reporting, and I love the trackability of everything, the conversions that we set on our site so we can see, where this person came from, what did they click on, and how can we use that data to continue to grow the business and continue to be the best that we can and find the people that are looking for us.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Mike, so much. So just question or two more, more so about the kind of experience working with the team members. I wanted to ask you about what was your experience working with your pay-per-click team?
So there's literally nothing bad I can say about anybody there, which is also, a blessing to be able to say, because Lord knows every team has its problems, and we have our problems in our business. I mean, we are not immune to that. But the one thing I really love is that the team doesn't switch. A lot of agencies have a major problem with turnover, and your guys' since I have started has basically been the same. So you really become friends, and they have a much better insight of my business. But pay-per-click in particular, do you want me to name names here? Am I good to talk about specific people?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Yvonne has handled my pay-per-click for as long as I can remember. And with Google being an ever-changing beast, you have to be able to change with it. And that is nothing that I have any interest in learning on how to do it myself. So I like being able to rely on her to go over what changes are taking place and how this is going to affect my business. I love that I can see exactly how much market share I'm getting. So you can say, hey, you're getting 50% of the people that are looking for this, or 30%, turn it up a little bit. That is just a really cool thing that you can't do with radio and print and TV and other things. So in general, though, my business benefits so much from pay-per-click, because people are literally going to search for my industry and a particular product. When they see our ad and click on it and see that we have 900 5-star reviews, they read the first couple of pages of that, we are done. It is basically a digital salesperson. So instead of saying we're going to put a radio campaign out there and just hope to God you remember who we are when you want to buy something, we are targeting specific people that want to search for our products, and we get them.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. And last question, what do you think sets Yummy Marketing apart from other agencies that you've worked with in the past?
You're all good looking. No. My honest answer for that is just, it's an intangible. It's a feeling that the people that you're working with care about you, that you are not some massive operation that can't specifically target my business, but you're also not a little guy that doesn't know what they're doing. So it's just comfort, I feel like. For me, it's just very, very relaxed, not stressed out whenever anything happens. And I'm not by no means perfect. Sometimes I'll forget to start a campaign or let you guys know about something, and then I gotta, kindly request that we turn it up a notch and get these ads done. And so it's nice to know that people are there to help and willing to put in the extra time, like we are. Like any business, sometimes you need to put in more hours, and that's not something that I wish upon you or any means, but it's nice to know that if something happens, you've got a solid, dedicated team. You've been amazing. The ads, the other thing is like the graphic designer part. That is just a really hard relationship to find the right person. We've bounced around from graphic designer for many years. And I had a good one. She really was great. Then once you guys started offering this, we switched it over to you guys, and I was nervous that, she's not going to get it, or I'm going to have to create more work for myself. And it was just the most smooth sailing transition. So the designs themselves, everyone knows it's a digital world. You have to have creative designs. You have to have a message that sets you apart. You have to be able to pitch your brand and remain consistent. And it's been awesome. So I'm just excited to keep going, really, but I couldn't say enough. Besides the numbers, I mean, come on now, who doesn't like to see your business growing 40 and 50% in a year? I mean, that is a definite plus, but the people that are in your guys' organization are what sets it apart.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. That was literally awesome. I'm so excited.
Nailed it.
Yeah.